When your cat grooms you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Sure, it might seem sweet. Maybe you think they're just licking your hand because they like the taste of your skin, or they're being affectionate in a simple way. But behind that gentle grooming, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally intimate things your cat can do, and if you ignore it, or respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you might be missing one of the clearest signs that your cat truly trusts you. Let's start with what that little grooming ritual really means. Have you ever been sitting on the couch when your cat suddenly starts licking your hand, your arm, or even your hair? Most people think it's about hygiene. Maybe your skin tastes salty. Maybe your cat is just curious. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are incredibly clean animals. They spend hours grooming themselves because staying clean helps them regulate scent, stay healthy, and feel safe. But when they groom another living being, the purpose changes. Now it becomes social. In feline behavior, grooming another individual is called allogrooming. It's a behavior usually reserved for cats that completely trust each other. Your cat isn't trying to clean dirt off you. They're treating you like someone who belongs inside their inner circle. Think about that for a second. Your cat could simply lie beside you. They could ask for food. They could leave. Instead, they're spending energy taking care of you. And by the way, if your cat suddenly stops grooming you after doing it regularly, don't brush it off. We'll come back to why that matters near the end, and it's something many owners wish they had recognized sooner. Science shows this is a trust signal. So how do we know this isn't just guesswork? Behavioral scientists who study feline social relationships have observed that mutual grooming happens most often between bonded individuals. A 2021 study from the University of Lincoln, which researches animal behavior and welfare, found that cats develop distinct social preferences and reserve affiliative behaviors like grooming for individuals they consider emotionally significant. That sounds scientific, but here's what it really means. Your cat has choices every single day. They choose where to sleep, who to approach, who to avoid, and who deserves their vulnerability. When grooming becomes part of your relationship, your cat is making a conscious social decision. Animal cognition research also shows that domestic cats remember positive social interactions over time. So every calm, safe experience you share builds emotional history. Each gentle lick isn't happening in isolation. It's built on hundreds of moments where your cat learned something very important. This human makes me feel safe. That's why this behavior often appears gradually instead of immediately after adoption. Trust has to grow before grooming does. And here's where it gets even more powerful. If grooming is about social bonding, then what exactly are they leaving behind every time they lick you? They're leaving an invisible signature. Have you noticed that many cats groom you right after rubbing their face against your hand? That isn't random. Here's what's actually happening. Cats communicate through scent far more than humans realize. Their cheeks, chin, forehead, and even parts of their paws contain scent glands that release chemical signals called pheromones. Researchers who study feline behavior describe these scent signals as a cat's way of creating familiarity and emotional security. When your cat rubs against you and then begins grooming you, they're layering familiar scents together. To another cat, you're beginning to smell like family, not because you're becoming a cat, because you're becoming part of their trusted environment. Think about that for a second. Every gentle lick is adding another invisible thread to the bond your cat is creating with you. You're no longer just the person who fills the food bowl. You're becoming part of the place where they feel emotionally safe. That invisible scent bond is one reason many cats appear calmer when they stay close to their favorite person. It's comfort you can't see, but your cat can smell it. Now, before we keep going, if you're learning something new about your cat, hit like and subscribe. That's how we get these videos to more cat owners who want to love their cats the right way. What makes this even more meaningful is that grooming didn't begin in your living room. It began thousands of generations ago. Wildcat mothers spend enormous amounts of time grooming their kittens. At first, it's about survival. Cleaning newborn kittens keeps them healthy, stimulates circulation, and strengthens the bond that keeps the family together. As kittens grow, grooming becomes reassurance. It's one of the first forms of comfort they ever experience. Domestic cats never completely lost that emotional language. They simply adapted it. Now, instead of only directing those behaviors toward feline family members, many cats extend them to the humans they've chosen. That's remarkable when you think about it. A behavior that originally helped tiny kittens survive is now being offered to you, not because your cat thinks you're helpless, but because you've become part of their emotional family. This isn't a trick they learned. It's an ancient instinct expressing itself in a modern home. They don't do this for everyone. Here's something most owners eventually notice. Your cat may greet guests politely. They may accept treats from visitors. They may even let another family member pet them. But grooming? That's different. Most cats become extremely selective about who receives that behavior. Studies on domestic cats reveal that close social behaviors aren't distributed equally. Cats build preferred relationships, and they show those preferences through actions rather than dramatic displays. Have you ever wondered why your cat walks past everyone else in the room just to lick your hand for a few seconds? That's not coincidence. They're choosing you, not because you're perfect, not because you always understand them, but because, in their experience, you're the safest place they know. Think about that for a second. A species famous for independence is deliberately investing affection in one specific person. That makes the gesture much bigger than it looks. And it prepares us for the part most owners never realize. The real gift isn't the grooming, it's the vulnerability. Remember earlier when I said that if your cat suddenly stopped grooming you, it could mean something important? Before we get there, you need to understand what grooming actually costs your cat. When a cat grooms you, they're incredibly focused. Their eyes often soften. Their awareness of the environment briefly narrows. For those moments, they're giving up a little of the constant vigilance that helped their wild ancestors survive. That's vulnerability. Cats don't become vulnerable around individuals they don't trust. Here's what most people don't realize. Your cat isn't just showing affection. They're temporarily lowering their guard. That's one of the greatest gifts a naturally cautious animal can offer. Think about the contrast. Most of the day, your cat carefully evaluates sounds, movement, strangers, and possible danger. Then they climb onto your lap, close their eyes, and begin grooming you.